Hey y'all! Today we are getting into the Christmas spirit. We are going to be painting our own ornaments. I have a few different ones. This little package of trees, super cute and very simple. I was only able to find one of these type of ornaments, this little fun shape. And then we have some plastic ornaments. And I have something I want to try with this, so we're going to start with one of the plastic ones. Cute little simple shape. Now I want to try to use this ink that I have on hand. I know alcohol ink is supposed to be really good for this type of project, but I don't feel like going to buy some. So we're going to see what happens with this. Pouring the ink in and just swirling it around, cover the inside and let it dry. You'll see in the end, I really wish I had done this a few more times to see if I could really darken it up, but oh well. I'm going to move on to the outside using my liquid chrome gold paint pen. Say that 3 times fast. We're just going to keep it simple, and I think it turned out cute, but definitely not my favorite. Would try again though. Now to our first Christmas tree. Using this Waverly Antique Wax, which I haven't used in ages, to give it a stain book. I went into this one with no real idea, but sometimes you just have to start that way and see what happens. In the end, I went with, I guess you would call it a sweater pattern, and I love the way it turned out. This next tree, I had a clear idea. This one was the quickest and the easiest, and pays homage to one of my favorite Christmas treats. I'm curious, what are some of y'all's favorite Christmas treats? I would say, I feel like it's hard to choose because there's so many good treats around the holidays, so who knows? I know I love Buckeyes, and my mom makes some delicious oatmeal cream cookies. Who doesn't like gingerbread cookies? There's just so many to choose from. Moving on to this fun-shaped wood ornament, you may have noticed it floating around already. I do like this shape. It has a very vintage feel, which kind of inspired this design a little bit. I think this one turned out really nice and will be going on my tree for sure. The next tree is very similar to the stain tree that we did earlier. I also did a sweater pattern on it. The background is a crimson red, which is somewhat classic Christmas in my opinion. And I think both versions of the sweater pattern trees came out really nice looking. They look very nice together. After that last tree, I struggled a bit to come up with ideas for the last 3 that I had on hand. Then I had the idea about candy canes. They're a pretty big staple at Christmas time. I started with red and white and thought that adding green stripes was the way to go, but I hated it. So I filled in the white with green, and then I added a lighter green stripe on top, which came out so much better. Then I decided to add a top coat with unicorn's milk. Not that you can tell on camera, but it does add a really nice pearlescent effect. For this next tree, I changed course a bit. Instead of a Christmas theme, I decided to make a tree monster. This was a simple design, but I think it turned out really cute. And the colors made me think of a blue spruce, so it's only fitting that his name would be Bruce. I don't think he's happy with having been cut down. On to the last design. With Bruce now in existence, he needs a friend. So we're going to create a little buddy for him. Starting with a rainbow, because this tree is just calling for it, we're going to create Fred, who is just excited to be along for the ride. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If y'all can think of anything that you'd like to see, or anything y'all would like for me to test or do, just let me know. And thank you guys for watching. I'll see y'all next time. Bye!